Hello, welcome to today's training. We're going to go over digital marketing, and specifically, we're going to go over three important tools that are going to help you to build out a better marketing plan. And we're here to help you understand the core concepts today of digital marketing that are essential to your online success and how to use them. My name is Terry Clapper. I'm the CEO of Merit Marketing Services, and I'm going to be your presenter today. First of all, digital marketing is really about the art and science, or what I like to refer to as the design and technology of digital channels and platforms, helping you connect with your audience where they spend a significant amount of their time, which, as we know, is going to be online. That's why we're going to talk about today. In our presentation, we're going to explore the strategies of digital marketing with a focus on leveraging Google and how you can incorporate that into your business, email marketing, the powerhouse of social media, which is Facebook, and artificial intelligence and how you can incorporate that into what you're working on. So first, let's go ahead and explore Google and the things that Google has to offer us. And it's not just a search engine. It's an essential tool for businesses to connect with their target audience. And having billions of searches, it's going to offer you opportunities to reach potential customers when they're searching for your products and services. A few of the things that we'll talk about, Google has a lot, but a few of them include search engine optimization, SEO, for your website to show up in search results, Google Ads, and reaching audiences that wouldn't normally know about your business yet. So those ads can either help you find and connect to new audiences, or it can also be used as a strategy to remind people, businesses, other consumers, whoever it is that you're trying to sell to, that you're available. And next is the Google Business Manager page, which was referred to as Google My Business, and Google Analytics. So the first one in there was how SEO works and its importance. In regards to search engine optimization, it's really about connecting your website and the content that you create online to show up in search results when people are looking for your products and services, or even your brand name. So SEO is about keyword phrases and how those keyword phrases show up in search results. And yours in particular needs to show up at the top of the search result page. So if somebody is looking for air conditioning installation companies near them, the website should have that keyword phrase, air conditioning installation company, throughout that web page. On the web page, it would have this phrase used as the page title, the heading when you get on the website page, throughout the page in the paragraphs and the contents, and all image tags when the picture has the ability to write up descriptions and captions. There's an alt tag. And you only want to have one keyword phrase per page. So the importance of having only one topic per page means that Google understands what this page is about and why you want to rank for that keyword phrase. The next one on the list was Google advertising. And creating effective Google ads means that you have the ability to put your product out before the search engine results out. So the page shows up before the organic. But in addition to that, there's also other networks that you can show your content on. And that could be YouTube, that could be other websites. The ability to put your content where people are in a paid ad is very effective and helps you show up at the right time above any organic. The next one on the list is the Google Business page. The Google Business Manager helps you to put your information right when the search result pops up. So if I look up air conditioning installation companies near me and I click on the first one, advanced, because it's an A, so advanced air conditioning. On the right-hand side on the search result page, I'm going to see all of their information, hours, website, phone number, how to contact them. And if you don't have a Google Business Manager account, I encourage you to get one. And that website is business.google.com. And from there, you'll be able to manage your locations. And in that, you'll see on here that the consumer, the person who's actually searching for your business, gets to see a lot more. So we'll see links to your website, a phone number, directions if you have a physical location. You'll see on here the reviews show up at the top, and then categories, address, hours, phone number. All of those are things that you get to manage as the business owner on Google. So once you get logged in, it's going to ask you to verify your business, and then it will allow you to make changes if you go through that verification process. The next item on our list and tool that you get to use from Google is Analytics, and that is analytics.google.com. Go ahead and write that down. And if you don't already have your Analytics account, it's important that you set that up and connect it to your website, because building a marketing plan goes around where people are. And that's the whole idea of digital marketing, is putting your content at the right time in front of the right people. And if they happen to be going back to your website, we need to know how they found you, where they came from, and what they did when they got there. So we can measure success with Analytics, because it's going to show us what is the top page that they entered your website on. Typically, it's the home page, but the close second is really important to note, because that means that they either found it as a referring link, or they did a search and they chose one of the other pages that was more relevant. But knowing where they're coming into your website, it's also just important to know what they do when they get there. So Analytics will tell you how long they stayed on your website, how many pages they visited, and importantly, if they bounced when they got there. A bounce means that they came to your website and they didn't like what they seen. It wasn't the right content for what they were expecting. So that means that we have traffic that's not right for our website. It's not relevant. So control that as well to make sure that the bounce rates aren't high. And with that, once you start to see patterns in the data, you'll be able to see, well, these people came from XYZ website, or a huge amount of people came from Facebook. So you'll know next month how to plan and invest your time. If the ones from Facebook converted and they bought things when they got there, then you would want to spend more time in Facebook finding more audiences and cultivating those relationships. If you see that it showed up from paid ads and it tracked that they were advertising leads, then you can invest more in that. One of the things that's important about Google Analytics is to show conversions, meaning if somebody comes to your website and they don't know what to do, they're not sure how to navigate to do business with you, then this tool is going to help you to optimize your website. In addition to the keywords and the SEO, it's really important for you to optimize your website for traffic. So we create a call to action, we have clear navigation, and we help them understand how the conversion process works. So in the conversion process, when you're building your website, whoever you're working with should explain to you or ask first, what is the goal that you want from the traffic that visits your website? And even if it's just an informational website, you would set a goal to say people should visit at least 3 web pages while they're there. If you are making a goal of collecting emails that we'll talk about here in a little bit, you'll want to have a pop-up email newsletter sign up or a form on every page. And your goal would be 1 new email capture a week. Another goal might be sales. And if you just want people to get to your website and buy, then we would track the number of people that visited the site and the number of purchases that we have a week. And our analytics will tell us if where they came from, did they follow the path that we intended for them, and did they get to that conversion page? And so a conversion page would be the checkout, a successful checkout page, and the analytics will show that the traffic was on the successful checkout page, or it could be wherever that downloadable PDF is, or it might be the number of pages that they visit. So analytics will help track conversions after you set goals. So once you decide what's my goal for my website, then analytics will help you to track and measure and optimize to make that happen. Next, we'll talk about Google reviews to attract new clients. And the reviews serve as a peer evaluation. And if somebody else out there had a good experience with your product, most likely somebody else will enjoy that review and trust that review from a peer and buy from you too. So there's a lot of tips and tools that we can talk about reviews. And with that, we get to manage those reviews on Google through the Business Manager Suite, which would be business.google.com. When you get there, after you've been verified and you have your location set up, there are several icons on the top left of your dashboard. When you're in there, there's also a more, so you'll click down if it's not showing to find the reviews. Once you click on the reviews, there's a link that's going to show up that says ask people for reviews, and you'll copy the link, and it's a direct access for them to be able to write you a 5-star review. Some ideas and tips and things that you can do to ask for more reviews would be to use that link in your email signature line and say something like, did I give you excellent service today? Write us a review and click here. Then another one that is successful is on the receipt. Maybe perhaps put a link, a short code, or a QR code and ask them with a statement, did you receive excellent service? Share your experience here. And then use the link to your Google review page. Another incentive might be to put it in your email campaign and ask for 5-star reviews in exchange for a discount on their next purchase, perhaps. Those reviews and those experiences that are written are an important tool to help build your credibility and your authority. And so if you make it a point to ask on a regular basis or have a QR code next to the checkout, for example, and if they say, write us a 5-star review on Google and we'll give you a discount on your next purchase, or we'll email you a coupon code. So you can use automation. That's another thing that if they make a purchase online today, 2 days from now, you'll ask them for their review. So depending on your buying process, that's really the most important part of it, but I want you to regularly get used to asking. All right, to summarize the Google side of this presentation, I want you to optimize your website. So you work on the keyword phrases, one keyword phrase per page. Make sure that the user experience helps drive traffic to your conversion page and that you have set it up properly to help Google know what's important on your website. Next, I want you to set up a Google Business profile. That's business.google.com, and set up all of the information and the data that's on that management tool, which is hours, location, category, your website, phone number. And in there, I want you to explore putting new content in there. A lot of people aren't familiar with the fact that they can write updates and they can add photos and they can also create offers and events. So you have the ability to create offers and events inside there and it will post just like a social media post. So with your business management tool, if you have an offer and you have a physical location, then that offer will sometimes show up in maps. So if I'm looking for a pizza restaurant to eat dinner tonight, and one of them has an offer published on their business listing, that will get more attention than the one that's not. So play around inside the Google Business Management tool. Look for the offers, look for adding photos on a regular basis, ask for the reviews, reply to the reviews from in there, and make sure if you have holiday hours or if something changes that you change it on there because people rely on that information to get to your location. So if you close at 4 and Google says that you close at 5 because you haven't changed it for the season, then a lot of times I hear people say that they were frustrated because the information was wrong and they took the time to get there. So make sure it's accurate. And then you can ask for ads in multiple platforms, your receipt, email automation, a QR code in front of them, whatever it is, just make sure that it's happening regularly. And then run ads and create an advertising campaign once you figure out where this traffic's coming from and you want more of them and it's an efficient, optimized website. You can generate more leads with an advertising budget. Again, the advertising budget is really set by you, so you can't say that it's expensive, but you always have the opportunity to be more optimized. So you spend the money and optimize it for lead generation. And with that, then you want to scale it once you decide that it's working and effective. The next segment in today's lesson is email marketing. And it's more than just sending a message out, but really creating meaningful interactions and helping to build that brand identity and brand loyalty. And our goal with email marketing is really about getting results. So the steps in planning an email marketing campaign includes building an email list. That's the very first thing you need to do. Whether you have 1, 10, or 10,000 names and email addresses, I want you to always be looking for ways to incorporate capturing emails because that is a lead that your business has somebody interested in what your products and services are. Next, you need to think about creating engaging content. If they don't want to open it and they're not interested in it, or it's just maybe this isn't your type of business, but a general newsletter isn't really engaging. Maybe sharing the fact sheet isn't really engaging. Those are important, but that's not really a part of our marketing campaign. So with this, we want to think about engaging content. What would you be interested in opening in your inbox that's already cluttered? What would make you want to open it? A lot of times, people will ask if you want to sign up for a discount. Just give us your email and we'll give you 20% off your next purchase. So if coupons and discounts and freebies and incentives are what works for your audience, this is a great tool for you to increase sales and upsell and add-ons, because this is a way for you to show basically your menu of products and services in an email to an audience that really wants to know about them. So understand what they want from you. Is it information? Is it humor? Use the tone when you're creating the email content that you would normally use for your brand. So however you speak in captions on Facebook would probably be successful to your audience in an email. And then always have that call to action. What do you want them to do from your email? Click here, download now, sign up, buy. Whatever those call to actions are, make sure you incorporate them and be very clear. Try not to be vague about it. Just give them an easy option to visit the website. Click here. Buy this product that's featured now, or use your coupon at checkout and then take them to the shop page. Next, we'll talk about email automation. Automation is a nice way for you to save time, to build relationships and nurture that customer, as well as make sure that things don't get forgotten. In automation, you have the ability to set up reminders. Reminder, you have an appointment tomorrow. That's one. That's an email automation. Another one would be the one we talked about 2 days after the purchase. Set up an email automation to go out and ask for a 5-star review. An email automation is also just as simple as scheduling out your newsletter or an automated response after a purchase. Or there's some really cool tools out there that if I visit the website and I've engaged with your brand, it'll track me and know that I'm looking at one particular page and one particular topic, and then understand how interested I am in doing business with you. And it'll set up email automations based on my traffic and behavior. So the email automation doesn't have to be anything that's complex, but it can be fully built out automation to help your sales team. So think about how people engage with your business, how often they buy from you. If you're a realtor, it's not as important after the sale, but communication before the sale is important. If it's a impromptu purchase, that email sequence looks different. If you're just selling one novel and you're just an author, that email sequence is going to look different as well. And then measuring those email campaigns is the last thing. And it's always important to track and measure. So that's why we had those analytics set up for the website. Well, in your email marketing software, I encourage you to use one that is within your budget. MailChimp has a free version, or they did last time I checked. And you'll have limitations like the number of active subscribers, for example, or the number of email sends out a month. But within that, they come with analytics. So it's way better than sending out just from your Yahoo or Gmail account, because now you have the ability to track and measure if they opened up your email, if they clicked on any of the links inside your email, and then your analytics on the website will say they showed up to your website from opening the email and made a purchase. So the ability to track your campaigns and make sure that they're effective, and not only just looking at them, but making decisions based on the results. If they don't like this particular product, if your audience isn't really receptive to this line when you open the email, the very, very top, the introduction before they open is another one that you're going to track and get your benchmarks of open rate. So if your open rate is 1 out of 100, make it a goal to set it up to be 2 or 5 or 10 next month. So work on improving those metrics. If they don't open it, obviously, it's not going to do any good. And you're not going to get high numbers of open rates, but it is important for you to start tracking that and set goals. And then what call to action did they do? What button did they push? And that's your click-through rate. So they clicked through the email and went on to something else that you told them to do. So that's the next thing that you're going to measure. Let's think about, I said, start somewhere with 1 or 10 or 100 emails. Think about how you can grow that email list. So everything that you do should be building on that. If email marketing is a part of your strategy, then your job is to continually grow that email list. So if you have 10 today, set yourself up a goal for next month to improve that number. And by the end of the year, you want to have 100 emails in your email database. That's great because those are all captive audience members who are interested and know your brand and have the potential to want to do business with you again. And if you're a realtor, it might not be that you are going to do business with them again. So maybe your campaign is a little different and you want to set up a referral campaign, or you're having a celebration and you want to invite everybody. So it's important, even in that case, to continually build that database, tag them as people who have already purchased, and then before the sale, you have a different campaign of people who are interested in making a purchase. So as you put them in, they'll be new, or if they're automated and they buy from you and you capture them at the time of sale, then they are already customers. So at the point of sale is another one that's not on the list. But you can send out postcards and have people sign up. Add a sign up option on your membership forms. Use a QR code and print it out and have it at your registers on the counter. And ask them to sign up for your newsletter to get exclusive VIP inside deals. When you go to trade shows and you have the ability and some paper, start capturing them. A good way there, and people expect this, is to win by entering a contest. So as you gather leads, they're already interested in what you're doing because it's an industry trade show. Put a sign up, one of those pop-ups on your website to capture emails. You can run ads, a lead generation advertising, and you can leverage your social media profiles on those. Might be gated groups. So when they join your group, you ask for their email address then. And I want you to think about how you can get that engaging content. We already talked about how to engage with them. So use visuals that are on brand and that match your colors. Real pictures are always more valuable than having stock photos, but sometimes stock photos are all we have, and there's nothing wrong with using them, but just know that if there is the option to use one of your photos as opposed to a stock photo, do it. It's way, way, way more valuable. But in here, you'll see there's a couple of examples in these emails, and they're visual emails that has these buttons. Join us to sign up, join us now. So the information is there. The email has all the information that they need to do business. So if there's an event, that's another one to create engaging content about. Let people know what's coming up and how they can RSVP and what they need to do. So that's engaging content. And then other information on here as well. So there's tidbits, news, all of the things are in there. So they're expecting that from that particular brand. And then the benefits of email automation, which we talked about a few of them already, but it helps you to set up triggers, which means that if somebody buys, they automatically get their receipt sent to them by email. So that's an automation if you think about it on the simplest terms. So if you look at this example, a contact signs up, then an email gets created. A week later, they're going to get a welcome email and how to do business with their certain brand. So that's another option. And you'll see these automation flow charts to help you visualize what's happening if you have one of the email software platforms that has this automation tool, which think about you spend the time up front and it's invested and done. Make sure that you send it to yourself every once in a while and make sure that the information is valid or make it as generic as you can to where it doesn't change a lot in the automation portion of it, and then send custom emails out later. And then tracking, what are we tracking? That click-through ratio. So if we send 300 emails, 150 opened and 14 clicked through. 0 bounced, which means that there were no bad emails, and 0 people unsubscribed. So you don't want to unsubscribe a bunch of junk emails. It's important to have quality. So what are average numbers for email opens? 65% of businesses average their open rates between 11 and 50%. So not, like I said, not everybody's going to open it. That last example was 50%. Just know what yours is and know what to start with and how you can improve it. So we look at our open rate, our click-through rate, and our conversion rate. If you have the type of email automation that goes out as a newsletter or an order follow-up, we're following up on your order, it's been shipped, that type of thing. Or if they have inactive customer content, like, hey, we haven't seen you in a while, come back for 5% off your next purchase. Abandoned carts, that's a good one. If you've been there and you left something and you forgot what you were doing to come back to buy that product, abandoned carts are a good automation. And then member follow-ups. Hey, welcome new member. Here's your tour, your orientation, and all of the information that you would need. So that would be a new member signs up, they get a new welcome email a week later. To summarize this section, we're going to set up your email platform. So MailChimp, Aweber, there's a bunch of them. Set that up. You'll go through the process of verifying yourself. You're not allowed to be a spammer. So they will ask you a lot of questions to make sure you're not. And then create that content that people are looking forward to receiving, not just spamming, but actual content that provides value. And then check to see how you're doing. So anytime you have that platform open, it's going to show you how each of those campaigns did in comparison to each other, and you'll be able to track and measure how well you're doing. Okay, moving on to the next topic is social media, but in specific to this presentation, Facebook. And it's not just for staying connected with friends and family, but a dynamic space where businesses can showcase their information. And I see a lot of times people are asking in chats or in groups that I'm in, is Facebook really valid anymore? And the thing about Facebook that is as frustrating as could be is that they're always constantly evolving. But to our advantage, they're always constantly evolving, meaning that they're relevant and they've understood the dynamic shift in social media and that they are constantly evolving to meet the needs of the users. So there's something for everyone, essentially. But with that, there's billions of users. It gives you an opportunity to reach and engage that audience. So set up a business Facebook page, and that will have a unique vanity URL. So it'll be facebook.com/, and then you get to choose your business name. If it's already taken, they'll give you some suggestions and you have to be a little bit creative. But essentially, you want to have your business name. And you really need to think about creating content on there, because if you're not posting regularly, then there's nothing for people to engage with. And Facebook is going to say, well, there's not really much here. And they'll stop spending their energy to show your content. You can also advertise on there and build communities inside groups. And they are really cool tool, because you have a group of people who are really interested in your product and they want to engage with your brand. So the steps to set up a business Facebook page, I want to tell you that if you don't already have one or you're looking to set up a business Facebook page, a person has to manage the page. So on here, you do have to create a Facebook personal account. And then once you're created, then you get the chance to create and add a new Facebook page. So you'll find the business page setup, go through the process. It'll ask you questions about the business. Is it a physical location? What's the address? Do you have a website and a phone number? And then you get to put your pictures up there, the top rectangle and the bottom circle. Typically would be, if it's just a person, your face. If it's a brand, your logo would go there. And I would recommend changing those out regularly. And that's it. It's easy to set up the page. And then if you need help digging through your Facebook page or you want to contact me, go ahead and email me after this or get in touch with the host here. And we can go through like looking at that, setting it up the right way and making sure that you have all of those taken care of. But after it's set up, the easy part's done. Now the hard part is creating content and putting it into your calendar and regularly putting content out. So anywhere between 7 and 3 posts a week. If you have more content, there's nothing wrong with posting more content, but don't get in the habit of neglecting your Facebook page. When you create that message, it's key to understand your audience, what they relate to. And the cool thing is you'll be able to have tracking and analytics in here as well. So you'll know what's working. And when it tells you that you've got a lot of traffic on this post, jump in there and start engaging with the commenters, the people, the audience that are engaged with it. Have that content conversation about it and then continue the dialogue, because then Facebook picks that up and says, oh, this is important. People are talking about this one. So make sure you comment, reply, ask questions, encourage a dialogue down there in the comment section. But showcase what sets you apart from your competitors. I don't want every post to be about you and your brand's unique, but definitely make that the majority. And then use persuasive languages and storytelling techniques that are going to connect emotionally with your audience, so you can highlight the benefits and solutions and address the pain points effectively in your content. So the graphic and the caption and the hashtags and the call to action all help drive that traffic to convert. Another strategy is advertising. If you have 100 people that like your Facebook page already and you set a goal for your business to get 200, advertising allows you to get around the people who already know about your business and your page to new people that are in your area. So you can pick a geographic location, a region, or just gender and interest levels or age groups. You have the ability to really fine tune your reach and get out to new audiences. If that's your goal, you can use Facebook to do so. And then community building. If you're going to start a group and you have essentially like a cult following for your brand, and these people want to talk to each other, they want to talk to you, you are the expert, I encourage you to create and manage a group, because that audience will typically be a higher conversion rate than anybody that doesn't know your business, right? So we understand that people who buy are going to most likely buy again if that's the type of business that you have. And Facebook isn't the only social media platform. There's Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. I do want you to think about and incorporate other social media platforms if you have them. That doesn't mean that I'm telling you to go out and get them all. A lot of people want to know, what social media platform should I be on? And I would encourage you that if your audience is also on TikTok, to get on TikTok. If they're also on Instagram, get on Instagram. The whole topic today is about digital platforms and where your audience is and how to incorporate that into your marketing. All right. So, first thing to summarize this section is to set up your Facebook page for your business, post content on a regular basis, and then engage with your audience. Use and manipulate your social media to reach your audiences and have that lasting impact. And last, we're going to talk about artificial intelligence. AI is going to help you with your digital marketing to provide insights and automate your tasks and enhance your customer engagement. ChatGPT is just one of them. There are a million of them out there now that's going to help you do tasks that lead to a more effective campaign and increase your efficiency. I like to say that it takes what's inside my head, all of my expert um, thoughts, and puts it into writing that's more smooth than I could have. So it'll change the tone. It can help take what you have and what you know and make it better. So we're not cheating, we're not doing anything that we shouldn't be doing, but it makes it more effective. So if you're content writing, if you need help writing your email subject lines, if you are making videos and you need a script, if there's something that you need out in advertising or social media hashtags or optimizing your website for SEO, you can see a few of those examples on the screen. Let's talk about how. One of the ones that we talked about that helps our email marketing is the email content or introduction or call to action, as well as those subject lines. And for social media, it's going to help you generate hashtags. And then after that, you can use it for captions. If you're going to create your email campaigns, leverage ChatGPT or whomever to write subject lines for you. And then it will increase your open rates. And here's an example inside ChatGPT. You just write your prompt at the bottom. And this prompt here said personalized subject lines for a clothing business. And that was the prompt. And then underneath of it, you'll see it says creating personalized subject lines for your clothing business can help increase open rates of your email marketing campaigns and engage your audience more effectively. Here are some personalized subject line ideas tailored to different customer segments. And then down below, it gave 10 options to choose from. And the first one says exclusive 20% off for our loyal customers, insert customer name. So if we can personalize that subject line, the open rates are going to go sky high. Remember that to segment your email list, again, we talked about people who have bought and people who have not yet bought but are hot leads. Segment that list and personalize the subject lines based on their name, purchase history, browsing behavior, and any other relevant data that you have, because personalization shows your customers that you value their individual preferences, making them more likely to engage with your emails and explore your clothing. The next tool that you can use it for is hashtag generation. So maximizing hashtags in your social media. And this prompt said trending hashtags for a clothing store. And the result was using trending hashtags on social media can help increase the visibility of your clothing store and connect with a broader audience. Keep in mind that the popularity of hashtags can change quickly, So it's essential to stay updated with current trends. Here are some general clothing related hashtags that are popular. And the first one was fashion. And then the second one was OOTD, outfit of the day. The reason I like this prompt is that I would not have known to follow OOTD if I were a fashion store. And so this pulled in that information and that data and gave me the top trending hashtags that I could use. And it took probably a minute or two to open it up, write the prompt, get the results, and then pick what I wanted. And you can copy and paste it out of here. And if you don't like them, then just have it regenerate, make a new list. And then the next thing I want you to think about and use is your social media captions. Sometimes I know a lot of people will get stuck writing the social media captions. Well, I don't know what to write. Here, you don't have to. Just copy and paste. So this prompt was a little more fun. I'm feeling stuck with my social media post captions about my clothing store. Could you generate 10 caption ideas for me to use on Instagram? And here they are. And it even included little emojis, hearts, and shirts, and shopping carts. And it says, certainly, here are 10 Instagram caption ideas for your clothing store. Elevate your everyday style with our latest arrivals. Hashtag fashion forward. So just simply copy and paste that out, and you have your captions written. So we've saved a lot of time. It took all of the information that was in your head because you're the fashion store and you already know what you want to talk about, and has written it out clearly and concisely, and and it was done within a minute. Some of the tools that you can discover and use that can help you is text to image, text to video, text to audio. You can create text to text, so basically it rewrites something better for you. Text to motion, you can create codes, you can talk to text, and then you can make music with it. So make an account on ChatGPT or back here, one of these. Then practice and master your AI tools, because there are certain prompts, and the more clear and concise you can get in your prompts, the better. A lot of times I encourage you to use your name if that's relevant, or your brand name, your location and city, and ask it to write about those things and include this. If you have a character count that you have to stay under, say, um, write something about my name, my business, my city, and keep it under 120 characters. So knowing and learning those prompts is going to be important. Understanding digital marketing is not an advantage, but really a necessity for your business. And I hope that the information today was helpful and allowed you to have the insight and some tips on using those tools. If you have any questions, I want you to either stick around or email me in the follow up. And now we'll open it up for questions. And if you do need any assistance, just let me know. Reach out to me or the host, and either one of us will be able to get in touch and make that connection. And I hope that this has been helpful, and thanks for listening.